everyone. This is Benjamin Bishop from Stock Hours. We are an educational chat with trade ideas and weekly lessons and also signals from the Great North Trades. This is going to be a video on level 2 and I'm going to go into detail on how to read a candlestick chart, what a candlestick chart looks like, and I'm going to dive into a little bit of times and sales. So let's get into it. Level 2 can provide enormous insight into a stock's price action. It can tell you what type of traders are buying and selling a stock, what exchange, the price, and the amount, and can most likely tell you where the stock is headed in the near future. Our second slide here is a basic candlestick um, chart. So this is how we're going to look to read a candlestick. So the green candles open here, and then we close at the top, the full top right here. These lines above and below the candles are called wicks. That means like this candle basically fell down here, came back up, pushed all the way up here, and then finished off closing right here. And then the red candles are going to be the complete opposite. So we start up here at the top, and we closed here at the bottom, and then we have our low and our high wick. You can literally watch these form in real time and flip from red to green or green to red. All right, our next picture is going to be, this is an example of a candlestick chart here, and you can see what the arrows are on the chart. Is this our algo? You can get one of those by DMing the Instagram accounts linked below. And in this example, this is clearly a downtrend from the candles. And you can see I drew some simple support lines here, one for 750. You can see we had these wicks right here indicating that we bounced off this level. We had the quick push up and we retested it, broke through, fell all the way down, and then we ended up pushing back. We tested 740 again, and when we finally broke, we fell all the way below 730, it looks like. So that's just a simple example of a candlestick chart. So if we were on level 2 for this, we would be looking for 750 on the bid side to enter here for our scalp. The next slide I got here for you guys is going to be an example of times and sales. Times and sales are the real-time transactions getting executed. The red text means it was executed around the bid, and the green is around the ask. On the left side of times and sales, you can see we have our time, and this is real time, so this will just be constantly moving basically when the market's open. We have our price, so what price the shares are executed at. And then we have our size, and then the size is times 100. So when you see 9, that's literally 900 shares. Right here we have an example of a big seller on times and sales, and you see it's 14,928.3. So you would multiply that by 100, and you can see how that's a big sell order and how we're seeing selling pressure right there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for times and sales. So basically you want to look for your number on level 2 and then you want to watch it gets executed on times and sales. This is representing the spread between the bid and the ask. So you have a buyer and a seller, okay? The buyer is trying to pay the the smallest price possible for the stock, and the seller is trying to get the highest price possible for the stock. So if the buyer is willing to pay 11.50 and the seller is willing to pay 11.75, that gives us our spread of 25 cents here. And basically you always want to be aware of this between the spread between the bid and the ask. It's just something to really keep in mind. You can see this is basically a tug of war here, so you're identifying who's stronger, the buyer or the seller. Right here, I'm going to go over a quick level 1 quote before we get into the level 2 quotes. So we have our ticker symbol. This is a Thinkorswim level 1 quote, by the way. And then we also have our company information, our current price, the price change and percent change since open, always good to keep in mind, and then the current highest and lowest, or current lowest bid and the highest ask here. So this is just simple price information. And then you can see the difference between level 2. So you can see all of the pending orders right here on level 2. And you can see on interactive brokers here, this is why we like it, because you can see a clearer picture and you can scroll down on it and see a lot more on interactive brokers. So normally my eye is right up here at the top to see the current bid or ask. And like I said, if I'm looking for like the 750 breakout level on Tesla, you can see we have 750 right here on level 2, and I would wait for that to get to the ask to get in. And that's essentially how I use level 2 to scalp. So you can see how to read this level 2. We have the market makers, and this is the exchange basically. We have our price, and then we have our size, and that's also times 100, just like times in sales. Our next slide is going to be an example of a wall on level 2 and how we use a wall on level 2 to enter and exit our trades. So here you can see 750 right here, okay? So you can see there's a huge stack of sell orders just sitting here waiting at the ask to get executed at 750. So what we want to see 750 get executed on times and sales, and that's showing that there's a stronger demand and less supply, so the stock will generally move higher because the buyers are in control. They're going to eat up that seller wall and push it higher. That's just a very basic definition on how we use the walls on level 2, and we would do the same way if we were playing it to the downside, but it would be on the bid side. Um, yeah, you're using level 2 in times and sales to identify who's in control of the trade. Are the sellers stronger, or are the buyers stronger? And then you can see when we go back to our candlestick chart here, to play the 740 break, you can see we tested it right here. I would have looked for 740 right on the bid on level 2. Preferably would like to have seen a wall, watch the wall get taken out, and then you can see we push down $10 right after that. I hope that's a basic introduction on how to read level 2 and times and sales. Thank you guys so much. Feel free to message any of us for anything. Thank you guys.